All right.
For Cherry and Hooker, Nebraska, the severe thunderstorm warning is still active. The storm is moving east at 40 miles per hour. The primary hazard is large hail, with hail up to 1¼ inches in diameter. Gusts up to 60 miles per hour are also possible.
What's going on, guys? Oh, Lord. I need some music. I'm stressed, guys. Can I turn up the music a little bit? Music's the only thing that cures my stress. I'm 5 miles south of St. Cloud proper. Hail incoming. St. Cloud where? There's a St. Cloud, I feel like, in every state. Let me see. Are we talking about Minnesota? Oh, you're talking about Minnesota. Okay. I figure that's probably the biggest St. Cloud. Okay, I got to, all right. Let's turn down a little bit. There could be some hail out here. Yeah, I mean, there's some hail moving south of St. Cloud. But, yeah, there's a little nice hail core right here. Right? Not a bad hail core up there. That might move just north of St. Cloud. Okay. Let's check out some of these storms. Do we have anything significant? No considerable risk. Anything. Okay. Nothing too bad. Nothing too bad. Let me see if we have it. We do have some rotation in this storm right here. This looks like it actually could go considerable. Kind of a bow echo. You're getting some increased velocity in here. Heading east through Ainsworth, Long, Pine, and Bassett. Okay. Guys, I've got a couple chasers. I can finally I've got a couple chasers I can use this fall. I'm so excited. And I'll be able to just plug them right in. So you guys see I now have two camera slots. I'll just do this so you guys can see. I'll just add in 2 cameras, 16 by 9, 16 by 9. And then you guys can see, I'll actually just move this real quick. You guys can see. Let me go like this so I can see my chat. What's going on, guys? But what I can do is just go like this when I have my chasers.
New severe thunderstorm warning for Cherry and Hooker, Nebraska.
I just plug in the YouTube
Wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour.
URL.
Moving east
and
at
then
40
I plug
miles
the chasers
per hour.
into here, so we'll have a good view
New
of them.
severe thunderstorm warning. Moving east at
And then we
40
can go
miles per
max
hour.
cam. So really, really easy, really, really good functionality for using chasers. And I've got a couple to work with, which is cool. All right, I want to do some forecasting. It's about time. It's about time. Hey, Discord, just because we're still testing some stuff, can you make sure that can you make sure that the Discord channel is still working with take to air and like adding in questions and stuff? You can add in stuff into questions urgent and reports that aren't questions urgent or reports. I just want to make sure it's working. You know, I promise you we're coming down to the wire of no more updates, but we got to make sure this stuff's working. Here's my chat. Here's my chat. Yeah, I don't know much about sleep. But yeah, if you want to try to take some stuff there, or put stuff in there that I'll let you know if it's working. Okay, you guys. Okay, cool. So Purple already put something in questions. Very nice. Okay, it's working because I didn't do either of this. Cool. What's going on? You see that, Matt? My mods for my Discord. I don't know which one of them did this, but they can take comments from my chat and they can throw them to air so I can see them. I said this is going to be the best for when I inevitably am always muted, like I mute myself, and then my chat yells at me for 10 minutes that I'm muted and they can't hear me. Now, if that happens, my mods can just flash this up on my screen. So It'll be very useful. But it only works for my YouTube chat. I can make it work for TikTok. I can get TikTok chat in here too. TikTok is just not very friendly when it comes to this type of stuff.
Warning for Brown and Rock, Nebraska. Wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. Moving east at 55 miles per hour.
TikTok is just, it doesn't allow the functionality as easily, so I could do it. I don't know if I want to. I want to be full-time streaming on YouTube anyways. It's just so much better for this type of stuff. But anyways, I want to do some forecasting and stuff. Tyler, I went to school for meteorology at Florida State University. I actually didn't end up finishing my degree there. I left before I finished. I will be finishing up my degree. But I actually left before I finished. I have a crazy life. I ended up getting into music, and then I did I like DJ'd on cruises, and then I produced music, and then I got a sound engineering music degree out in LA, and then I did like bartending and hospitality for a long time. But I studied weather. I continued to study weather after I left my major at FSU. And then I got back into, and then I just started talking about it online again. And then I decided I wanted to go back and finish my degree, but I have 2 kids right now and 2 jobs. So we'll see when I get that done. Oh, and I still have like $30,000 in student debt. So we'll see. We'll see. It'll be easier this time than the first time around. All right, I want to show you guys something cool. I want to show you guys something really, really cool that I don't think you're ready for. Let's go to climate. Since I have no life and I get no sleep. Kayla, I appreciate that. Morgan, Bella, I've built more things. Here we go. Forecast Foundry. You guys can go on this website right now, www.forecastfoundryhq.com. What is this, you say? Well, it's a really awesome resource for understanding the atmosphere is a connected system, as it says here. Pacific atmospheric chain, the polar and Atlantic blocking, and the ocean and tropical drivers. So, when making forecasts and outlooks, what do we look at? Well, EPO, NPO, PNA, right? Pacific atmosphere chains. Pacific atmospheric chains. Here's our NPO. What's our NPO? Well, right here, it'll tell you. All right. Broad North Pacific sea level pressure seesaw. You have your Alaska or Aleutian Center, Hawaii subtropical center. Let's go over to phase structure. Oh, there we go. Phase structure. When you have an Aleutian low, subtropical high, you're typically warmer in the east. When you have a Aleutian high, subtropical low, you're typically colder in the east. Okay, but I don't know what we're in right now, Connor. Fine, then just hit current setup. There you go. We're in a weak positive right now. Okay, and here's the latest from NOAA. This is always refreshed every single day. You guys can go to this website right now. I actually don't want too many people to know about it because I'm not actually like telling people about it on X or anything because I don't want people to steal my idea. So you can get a sneak peek at this. I shouldn't even have this website public right now, but it is. Okay. So that's what our NPO. So if you're making an outlook, that's one thing you're going to consider. So what did it say for our NPO? Well, we're in a weak positive. What does a weak positive typically mean? Well, here's our positive. Typically, it favors a little bit warmer weather in the east. Okay. Let's take that into account going into fall. This is what I'm using. I created this to make my fall forecast. By the way, this is the coolest part about it. We're going to have forecast and outlook competitions. You're going to be able to build your own outlook in here, and you're going to be able to just plug and play, basically. You're going to pick what season you want right here, as you can see. You're going to pick what season you want, okay? Then you're going to create the temperature and precipitation layer. You're going to paint the map however you want. What's going to be hot, what's going to be cold. Okay? And then you're going to add drivers. Do you think we're going to be in a negative PNO? What phase of the MJO? Strong El Nino? Do you think, what are our SST anomalies going to be? But if you're like, I don't know how to choose those, you're going to have drivers here that when you select them, it'll actually paint the map for you, what that typically does to the map. And you'll be able to see everything. You'll be able to make your own forecast and outlook. You'll also be able to pull up analogs. We have analogs in here, and then you'll give it a confidence meter, and then you'll be able to share it with other people on the site when people make accounts. So let me scroll down. You'll be able to say, hey, here's mine. Here's what I did, right? Here's, let me actually go back here. So, and you can see temperature, precipitation, which actually these should be, this needs to be switched over to the precipitation, but I'll do that later. But then you'll be able to share it and compare it. So this is going to be really, really awesome. It's especially going to be awesome if there's all these YouTubers who like making fall forecasts, winter forecasts, spring forecast. this site is going to allow them to literally build their own forecast. They're not going to have to, like, you know, struggle making maps and everything like that. The map's going to be generated for you in here. So it's going to be pretty awesome. Sorry. And then, okay, so anyways, so that's the MPO. What's EPO, right? Eastern Pacific Oscillation. Well, here you go. There it is. It's the Eastern Pacific. What's the phase structure? Here we go. When you have a Gulf, when you have a low up in the Gulf of Alaska, subtropical Eastern Pacific high, what's the tendency? Warmer in the east, pretty wet in the Pacific Northwest. When you have the opposite Alaskan high, subtropical low, typically cooler in the east. Pacific Northwest can get pretty dry. What are we looking at right now? What's the current setup? We're in a weak positive. Okay, and here's the latest. So if we go back here, what's a weak positive? I know some of you don't care about this, but...
official wording indicates weakening. The severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect. New severe thunderstorm warning. Conditions are favorable for...
We're going to mute you for a second. Okay, so weak positive right now, right? Positive would favor heat in the east, precipitation in the northwest. And you can see a positive would be a low up near the Gulf of Alaska and a high down near the subtropics, which is a little bit weird because to me, this looks to me like it's more of a weak negative. So that's how I would look at it. Anyways, going back, sometimes it's very easy to see what phases these are in. Sometimes it's not. Here's your WPO. All right, current setup. Great, fantastic. PNA, this is extremely important. This is going to tell you, are you going to have ridging in the west, tons of heat and dry air, or are you going to have tons of snow for the Rockies? Are we going to have a cold outbreak and fall and winter in the east, or are we going to be hot, you know, scorching hot? For the east, you want a positive PNA. For cool air and storms in the east, you want a positive PNA. For heat and disgustingness in the east, you want a negative PNA, right? What's the current setup right now? A neutral state. Yeah, I'd say we're pretty neutral. But here's the forecast. Here's the GFS forecast of the PNA. We're actually expected to stay pretty neutral. This is typical over summer, more of a zonal flow. You'll see this really get going as we get into fall and we get more blasts of cold air coming in from the north. You'll start to see a pretty wild looking PNA pattern, PNA forecast. Okay, this is really important. Your Arctic oscillation. You guys ever see on YouTube? Polar vortex. Polar outbreak. I love how you are in sync with me. This explains it, guys. When the Arctic oscillation is neutral or positive, the invisible force field, this little circle up here, this invisible force field is holding in all the coldest air on the planet. I've said it before. The air above the North Pole is colder than the air above Antarctica. We have the coldest air on the planet. Just it's because of the geography of the planet, of the northern hemisphere. But when you have a negative AO, you get wobbles and you get breaks in your polar vortex. And you can see right over here, precipitation tendency with the positive AO, you're pretty dry, especially across the east. But look what a negative AO can do. It can really bring a bunch of cold air, a good storm track. All right. And then this is my favorite one. I love keeping up with the NAO because this is what drives nor'easters. The NAO, the North Atlantic Oscillation. This is what drives nor'easters. I feel like I'm gonna be back taking my finishing up my meteorology degree, and I'm gonna be like, can I just teach? I just want to teach meteorology. I don't want to learn it anymore. No, there's so much I could learn still. There really is. I need to be humble. There's a lot of things I can learn still. Okay, this explains positive NAO. So your North Atlantic Oscillation is basically the pressure difference, the pressure difference between your Greenland and Azores pressure difference here. Whatever. You see, I should go back to school. Your Icelandic low. So an Icelandic low and an Azores high, but it's the pressure difference between Iceland, your pressure gradient over Iceland and the Azores. But you would call it an Icelandic low, but you could also call it an Icelandic high. Icelandic low, Azores high, that's a positive NAO. You can see up here at the top of the screen. When you're in a positive NAO, it's typically warmer in the east. There's not a good storm track. When you're in a negative NAO, when we have that Greenland blocking, which means a high pressure located up over Greenland, some good nice high 500 millibar geopotential heights sitting up there over Greenland, that can stall out frontal boundaries across the east, cause cold air to dive, and cause your storm tracks to ride up the coast, dropping snow everywhere from freaking Louisiana up through New York City. If you have a really good negative NAO. So this is really important. And when I lived in Charlotte and Philly, I was always paying attention to the NAO forecast. And you can look at the NAO forecast here. Okay. Now, what does it say we're in? It says we're in a neutral. I'd agree. There's not. You can kind of see we've kind of got a Icelandic high and an Azores high, so there's really no gradient here. So I'd say that's a neutral. Here's our forecast. Not much is happening. The NAO and PNA don't see much variation over summer. This is stuff that we see go a little bit crazier, obviously, once we get into fall, winter, spring. Let me see. A full degree does surprisingly little to teach you synoptic meteorology. You can learn that on your own. Yeah, you know, I took courses in meteorology when I was at Florida State. I actually got into my major started it. It was a lot of math. You definitely don't just get right to the fun stuff. But I have heard that before. I've heard that I've heard something similar to that before. I've been learning about meteorology my whole life. I got into meteorology when I was like 6. My uncle was a meteorologist. I became really obsessive with it. I fell asleep to the Weather Channel every single day since I was like 6 years old. And my brother hated me because I shared a room with him my whole life, and he couldn't stand it. Local on the 8s, the good old days. Anyways, and then you can go into here, SSTs, right? All your different regions. You can learn about this. So what does a warm Gulf of Alaska? What can that mean for the states? What does a warm Central North Pacific mean for the state? What does a warm North Pacific? What does a warm subtropical and Northeastern Pacific? What does a warm tropical ENSO mean for the states? And then all of that with a cool, how can these SSTs affect the states? If you're building a forecast outlook, you're going to want to know all the information is in here. And then we can obviously see our current setup, right? MJO, this is my favorite part, guys. Madden-Julian oscillation, here we go. Here's your MJO phases. Simple enough. U.S. composites. This is great. There's all this interesting stuff on the side, too, you can read that you should. Temperature. What are we in right now? We're in August. So and this is how it works, by the way. A lot of people don't know this. Let me show you guys. We're in August, okay? So you're going to pick the one that says JAS. JAS, because we're in August. So you want the one that you're focused on to be in the middle. JAS. Jazz. So if we were in September, you would pick ASO. All right. So temperature, JAS. Oh, but Connor, I don't know what phase we're in. Well, of course it tells you on the site. We're in a phase 6, and it gives you a bunch of these. I like looking at the European extended, so I made sure to throw this in here. This is updated every day. So right now we are in a phase 6, and we're not really expected to go anywhere. Expected to almost drop back down to the MJO might collapse. So phase 6, where is phase 6? That means the MJO is somewhere over the Philippines right now, the Maritime Islands. They're probably getting their rainy season. So what does a phase 6 MJO look like temperature-wise? Well, typically means we're a little bit cooler, as you can see. Usually means we're a little bit cooler up in the northern plains, upper Midwest, Ohio Valley, Northeast, but look at the southern plains. You guys want to know something? You guys want to see something funny? You guys want to see something funny? Go to temperature outlook. Notice anything? Let's see if chat catches on. Notice anything after looking at MJO phase 6 temperature analogs, composites? Notice anything? Let me pull back up YouTube chat. Come on, I know someone notices something. Notice anything? I must have a big lag or no one notices anything. Phase 6 of the MJO is usually very hot in the southern plains and cool up in up in New England, up in the Northeast, and up in the Great Lakes region. Look at the forecast here. all of our heat, all of our cold air. So it's the MJO. It could be a coincidence, but the MJO doesn't really have as much effect over summer. I'll tell you that. But it is it's a somewhat amplified MJO for this time of year. But what did I just do? Hold up, one second, guys. Go to radar. Okay, let's get back into MJO. All right. Now, PDO. Okay, here's your PDO phases. Positive PDO, we're usually warmer in the north. We're usually, with a negative PDO, we're usually cooler in the north. You can see the phases here. If you want cool air, moisture in the south, you want a positive PDO. If you want cool air, moisture in the north, you want a negative PDO. We're in a negative PDO, which is kind of funny because we're also moving into a strong El Nino, and those are opposite, right? A negative PDO favors cold air up north, but a strong El Nino favors warm air up north. So this is why, for me, fall is very hard to forecast right now, because you have your PDO disagreeing with your Enzo. So, oh, sorry, Morgan, I should have given you more time. Oh, it was not. So yeah, it definitely makes it difficult to forecast. And I think that's everything. Obviously, we have our Enzo in here. You can see how, just I want this to be more, and you can see what Enzo phase we're in. I want to get more specific with these images, and we will. But anyways, like I said, you'll be able to put your whole own forecast together. You'll be able to go in here. You'll be able to build your forecast. Pick the season you want. Fill out your temperature forecast, then fill out your precipitation forecast. You can paint the map however you think it's going to work best, but you can add drivers, and you can look at seasonal analogs, and these will help influence your map. And if you're confused, you're like, should this area be see more precipitation for fall, or should it be cooler for fall? You're not sure. You add the drivers, and it kind of pushes you in the right direction and helps you build your outlook and forecast. But no two people will have the same outlook and forecast, really. There's going to be a lot of things that allow you to and then, like I said, that allow you to change it. And then you'll be able to share it. You'll be able to share it online. You'll be able to share it on the site, compare it with other people's. It's going to be really cool. This part is in the works. It's going to take me forever. By forever, I mean maybe 3 weeks. Yeah, so that's it. Forecast Foundry, forecastfoundryhq.com, forecastfoundryhq.com. It's up, and it's being worked on. So now, that being said, I've got to get up in 5 hours. So let me do a quick forecast outlook and answer all of your questions and stop rambling on about stuff no one cares about. Except for the true nerds. Oh, by the way, if you want this extension, if you want this beautiful extension with all the amazing things that it has, NIMBY is the best thing. Look at NIMBY. NIMBY, tell me what's going on with this storm. Let me unmute you. So what's going on?
Here is the latest for Brown and Holt, Nebraska. The severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect. The storm is
on
moving
Forecast
east
Foundry
at
HQ.
75
You
miles
can
per hour.
join the beta. You can sign up for the beta, and I'll send you it.
Wind with
Not
gusts
yet,
up to
but
60
soon.
miles per hour. Hail up to 1 inch in diameter is also possible.
Thank you, NIMBY. Right down here, just go to forecastfoundryhq.com, and then right at the bottom, you're just gonna hit right here, name, first last name, email. Okay, we're building a list, and that's how that's gonna work. You can also join my Discord on here. All you have to do is hit this button, and it has an invite link, and it makes you a member of the Climate Crew right away. You don't have to wait for me to change it. You just click this link, and you become a member of the Climate Crew. There it is, and you join. Hey, look at that. It's 46 people online, 581 members. And my Discord's awesome if you guys haven't seen it. We'll leave it at that. So, you got the merch store on here too. It's all... I honestly need to focus on my life outside of Connor's Climate Corner for a little bit, because this is too much. Let's do some forecasting. Go to Convective Outlook.
Convective Outlook is open.
Okay, here we go. Day 1. Large marginal and slight risk across portions of the central and northern plains and upper Midwest. Minneapolis, you can get involved. Omaha, Garden City, out towards Sioux Falls, Aberdeen, Pierre, Rapid City, up to Miles City, Gillette. And then we've got a little bit of a marginal and slight down there in the southeast. I'll turn this music down a little bit. Let's open chat. And
New severe thunderstorm warning.
okay, we're gonna mute you for a second. Let's switch over to this view as well. So, tornado risk. This is what's currently going on. What was that? Hey. Appreciate you, Bo. Shout out to Bo. 2% tornado risk out here. This is actually ongoing currently. South Dakota, Nebraska. Go to radar. We have a mesoscale discussion out here. We have some storms out here. Let's just double check while we're on here, see if we've got any current tornado risk. It's really strong winds, high velocity winds pushing out towards Chambers and Atkinson, Nebraska. So we'll watch that, but let's go back to convective outlook. Let's push into tomorrow because tonight's almost over. That tornado risk moves out towards Omaha, Kansas City. There we go. Wind risk. We've got a 15% Sig 1 risk. So 80 plus mile per hour gusts are possible in this region. Tomorrow, we take a look at the hail risk. 2 to 3 plus inch hail. Where are you going? 2 to 3 plus inch hail will be possible out here. So we're talking about portions of southwestern South Dakota, big portion of Nebraska, central to northern Kansas, and northeastern Colorado. We got a decent hail risk tomorrow. We take a look at the categorical setup and large, marginal, and slight risk. Let's get into day 3. Large marginal risk across portions of the northern and central plains, and then pushing down towards the Mississippi Valley, out towards the Ohio Valley. That slight risk is southern Missouri, northern Arkansas. Nothing too crazy. Go to the GFS. We'll take a look at a couple things. My water's in the way. Here's our Cape. Let's see. Are we on the latest run of the GFS? I want to take a look at this really quickly. Tuesday, Wednesday. Some pretty steep instability out here. Southeastern Missouri, southwestern Kentucky, northwestern Tennessee, northeastern Arkansas. That corner. Look at our 500 millibars. See if we have some nice short waves pushing through. Yeah, I mean, this is where the worst of it would probably be on Tuesday. But honestly, not looking too spicy at the moment. I'm not overly concerned. Let's look at the temperature outlook. Here we go. This is our 6 to 10 day forecast, 8 to 14 day forecast. What you really need to be paying attention to is this region is going to be smoking hot. And it's going to be very, very nice. Pretty nice up there through portions of, I would even say the upper Midwest, because this time of year we're starting to cool a little bit. So very, very nice up here. Portions of the northeastern Ohio Valley. The whole of the Midwest for the most part in general. Mid-Atlantic and New England. Precipitation forecast. No one's seen anything crazy. In the short term, New England could see some decent precipitation, and it could be pretty dry in southern Texas. Other than that, nothing too wild. We'll check out excessive rainfall. And here's moving into tomorrow, Wednesday. So we're going to be watching this region right here for the most rainfall over the next couple of days. That's portions of Iowa, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky. Again, nothing too crazy, though. I do want to show you really quickly what... Let's go to the national blend. Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go to the Euro, and we're going to look at temperature anomalies really quickly. Go to Euro. And let's go to temperature anomalies. Here we go. So obviously you can see some nice cool air diving in. I really want geopotential height maps on Weatherfront. I tagged them in a post today. I just really want them. I think they'll add them. Lots of cool air pushing into the Great Lakes region in the Northeast. This is pretty nice, especially late August. It's going to be nice up here, but look at the South. This stinks. This whole area down here is just not doing good. And I don't see a break really. You see some blues mixed in there. That's dynamic cooling. Those are storms. That's not that's just when you see that blue. It's probably like 90% humidity because you just had a storm roll through. And look at some of this. I mean, we're probably talking 30 degrees above average in some of these areas. So if I were to actually look here at heat index on some of these days, yeah, we're talking 100 to 110 degrees, unfortunately. But I mean, gosh, look at the Northeast. Look at what's going on up here. Pretty crazy. Other than that, honestly, not much. I saw some pretty interesting thumbnails today, and I was like, oh, I wonder if we're gonna see if we have a crazy kind of setup. Let me go and review it. Honestly, guys, there's not too crazy of a setup. The biggest storyline is the heat. The biggest storyline is the heat. By far. We could have some decent severe weather the next couple of days. Not much going on in the tropics. Go to satellite. Not much going on in the tropics. So we'll take a look out here. We'll go to North Pacific satellite. I can't believe this thing is expected to strengthen this far north. That's crazy. Nice little tropical low right there as well, with no moisture in it. Could get another system right here. This should be loading this, but I don't think it's gonna. And nothing going on in the Atlantic. And we actually have a really good way to look at this. Let me quickly go into forecast. We're gonna go into tropical. Let's go into right here. Let's take a look at some of our guidance. And let's take a look at the Euro operational. All right. Let's go update plot, loop, and let's run through this. Wow. Nothing. Let's go to our Euro AI. Okay. Okay. Well, the Euro AI in the short term actually has something. A little tropical depression moving over northern Florida. But look at this. Look at the MDR, main development region in tropical Atlantic on the Euro AI. Lots of development potential. That's interesting. Google DeepMind FNV3. We actually have these models now in Weatherfront, which is awesome. I say we, like Weatherfront's my app. Weatherfront has them in. Look at that. Wow. Look at the Google DeepMind FNV3. Guys, the Google DeepMind model did really good did really good in the tropics last year. Look at this. We have a Cat 5 hurricane as one of the ensemble members from the Google DeepMind. Now all these things stay out to sea, but interesting. The Euro AI, all of the AI models are absolutely crushing the tropical Atlantic and MDR with activity. And this is super far out, so take this with the largest grain of salt you've ever seen in your entire life. But the Google DeepMind FNV3 also has a Category 3 hurricane making landfall in Florida on September 1st, as you can see right out there. Probably the odds of this happening are probably 1 in a million, guys. But I'm just saying, if you want anything to talk about, even though the chances are small, so you're saying there's a chance. Let's take a look at the Google DeepMind GenCast. GenCast has storms out here as well, so AI models are seeing some things. Very interesting. We look at the GEFS. What's the GEFS? Wow, GEFS as well. Straight out of the MDR. Straight out of Compton. Look at that. Tons of activity. Tropical Atlantic MDR. Well, okay. What was the model that showed that Cat 5? Was that the Euro AI? I want to see if that... No, that was the FNV3. We have to look at this in Weatherfront. Let's take a look at that really quickly. Let's go to models. Let's go to hurricane models. And let's go to... Do they have... I thought they put the FNV3 in here. Oh, no. They only have it for convection allowing. Oh, they have the FV3. Why do they still have the H-Wharf? The H-Wharf isn't being used anymore. That's weird. And they're not allowing... Oh, and the H-Wharf is only allowing you to... Okay, it's only allowing you to click... It's still only allowing you to see the storm. I guess that's how hurricane models work. Fine. I thought they revolutionized it. Go to radar. All right. Anyways, that's the stuff that's going on. I would take that with a grain of salt. Yeah. I may or may not have fallen asleep for a few minutes. Shame. Everyone shame. Shame, Caroline. Shame. Shame. Ooh, purple. We can see how the verified viewer reports work. All right, is this verified? Approve. Ready? What? Verified. Wait, I approved. Verified. Hold up, let me remove from air, and let's just approve. Take to air. Oh, it should show up as a storm report. Okay, I'll fix that. Kyle, I appreciate that. Appreciate that. You see we got the dual cameras too? Watch this. Let's add a camera out in Washington. All right, there's Mount St. Helens. And then let's add a camera. Let's get Seattle. Oops, let's go here. Choose camera. Oh no. Why is it only changing my bottom camera? Oh. There we go. We got the dual cameras. I've got a chasers I can work with and plug in too now. It's awesome. Hey Nimby, go to the strongest storm. There it is. Thank you.
That command is not supported yet.
Thank you is not supported?
Ask me to open radar, models, satellite, observations, outlooks, or mapping. You can also ask for the strongest storm or a joke.
Tell me a joke.
What does a storm wear under its raincoat? Thunderwear.
Top tier said. That's right. We're going to have the best fall, guys. Listen. This is the fall of Connor's Climate Corner. I have lost so much sleep and had so much stress and have been pulling my hair out and spending all of my money putting this together and not posting frequently. And it's all going to be worth it when we have some badass streams. When we... Yeah, it's all going to be worth it. And I'm especially excited for this winter because I truly believe we're going to get some good southern snow. And no one gets more excited about any sort of weather event than Americans who live in the South who get snow. That scenario is hype. It also helps with channel growth. Nothing more I love covering than a nor'easter or a southern snow event. I use Weatherfront for my radar. Why? Because it is the best. That's it. Period. It's the best. Has the best modeling. Has clean radars. They're constantly updating it. They allowed me to build this extension over. I reached out and was like, is this cool that I'm building this extension over this? A lot of the other weather apps, they like specifically like they have stuff that says like, no, like you're not allowed to do this and that and that. And I don't know. They're awesome. They're cool. I like them. Their product is great. It by far has the best modeling of any weather product out there, weather radar, weather app, whatever you want to call it. It's just as good as like going into something like Pivotal Weather. I almost didn't remember the name of Pivotal Weather. I haven't used it in so long. I still love Pivotal Weather. Don't get me wrong. I still love Pivotal Weather, but Weatherfront allowed me to cancel a bunch of my subscriptions because they do everything in Weatherfront. And it's like the same price as all the other apps that don't do it as good. Kayla, appreciate you. Marissa, appreciate you. Sir, I need NIMBY merch. 100%. We do need NIMBY merch. I think we had talked about that and I forgot. Should we go take a look at our bird cam real quick? Should we see what's going on with our bird cam? Do you think the birds are there? Oh, we got a bird. Hey, buddy. You know he can hear me when I'm talking to him right now? No, I'm just kidding. Can you imagine if I built that in? The ability for me to talk through the mics. I don't have that. I don't have that kind of technology. Hey, birdie. I feel like the only other thing I really want to do is add a bunch more cameras. We've got about 100 cameras. If you guys want to see, all these yellow dots are cameras. Every yellow dot you see on the map is cameras. But I need like a ton more here in Tornado Alley. A ton more here. And then I need a ton more here. We know why. Because Illinois and Indiana are the center of absolute chaos lately. And then I need a ton more here. Dixie Alley. I can live with the camera spread around the rest of the country. But these areas need more cameras. And as much as I hate flock cameras, I did watch a video on those finally. As much as I hate flock cameras, if they give me access, if I can get access to them, you know what? Fine. Put them up. No, they're actually terrible. They're like literally surveilling. They're true like surveillance cameras. Like they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. But again, the caveat, if I can get access to some flock cameras out in Tornado Alley, Dixie Alley, and Hoosier Alley, yeah. I'll change my opinion on them. They've got my vote. It literally says Osprey cam. Osprey. Oh yeah, Osprey. That's right. What's the weather going to be for the Midwest? It's going to be nice. Go to temperature outlook, Nimby.
CPC Outlook is open.
Thank you. Look at this 6 to 10 day forecast. Even this area, when you're like, oh, this says it's going to be above average here. This is slightly above average, and this is slightly above average at the end of August. So even this area, this isn't hot. This is pretty nice weather. This is the upper 70s. So for most areas around July 17th, every day after that begins to get cooler. But this whole area is just going to have some nice temperatures at least. We can take a quick look. We'll just go into the MBM total quantitative precipitation forecast. Where is the MBM? There it is. Oh, that's what I need to do. I need NIMBY to understand go to MBM because I use it so much. Someone needs to remind me of that later. Let's look at our total quantitative precipitation forecast. Not too bad either, right? This is going out about a week. Very little precipitation up here as well. Along the mid-Atlantic coast, yes, but these greens and light blues, this is like literally a 1/10 of an inch of rain. So it's going to be cool. It's going to be dry for most of the Midwest. Yep. Let's check out our Hawaii cam. Nimby, go to radar.
Weatherfront Live MRMS radar is open.
Oh, there's our cams. This cam has been down for a while in Hawaii, and it's really upsetting because it's a really nice camera. This one's nice, though. This one pans through a bunch. I bet some of you wish you were there right now, don't you? There's a live look at Hawaii. You should see the tornado I got in Findlay, Ohio on Saturday. Dude, are you in my Discord? Post it in my Discord. Let's see. I've got weather photos. This is where people post their weather photos. We get some good ones sometimes. Let's see what's going on with our Enzo. Look at this, guys. By the way, and I actually wanted to talk about this. I need to go to bed, but I actually wanted to talk about this. I saw all over X, people were posting the Nino 3.4 forecast. CFS Nino 3.4 forecast. Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh yeah, what's my Discord? Mods, can you link it? Yeah, Connor's Climate Corner. If you actually go to, and I'm not even just doing this just to plug it, if you go to forecastfoundryhq.com, there's literally a link, and it'll just make you a member of the climate crew, so you can see all of the whole Discord. It's a really cool Discord. It's I have a bot that updates every single thing every single day. Before that, over the last 2 years, I had to wake up every morning and spend an hour updating everything. I finally built something that can do it for me. But yeah, every single day, hurricane updates, temperature updates, rainfall updates, severe, tornado, hail, wind, volcano, earthquake, drought, Enzo, MJO, every single thing. It's pretty cool. And then, yeah, we've been building a community here, almost 600 people. But it's Forecast Foundry HQ. You can literally go down here and just click this link, this button. And then it just makes you a member. It pops you in the Discord. I'm kind of interconnecting everything right now. That's what I'm working on. What I was saying was, actually, that's what I was actually looking at. So, Enzo, this right here. Everyone online was posting the Nino 3.4 forecast. Now, maybe I'm stupid.
That command is not supported yet. I heard, play I'm stupid.
Nope.
Ask me to open radar, models, satellite, observations, outlooks, or mapping. You can also ask for the strongest storm or a joke.
Tell me a joke.
The wind wanted a new job, but it kept blowing every interview.
So, I'm pretty sure we should be using the relative Nino 3.4 forecast, not the Nino 3.4 forecast. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I sent a pic of a storm near Louisville yesterday in the DC. Oh, did I not see it, James? The relative forecast, the non-relative forecast, basically what it does is it takes into account the broader Pacific anomalies, and it's not as focused in the tropical, and it's not as focused and it takes in too much of a historical count, whereas the relative Nino 3.4 is less broad and is actually more focused. It doesn't take into account the broader warmth in the Pacific, is kind of how I understand it. So the relative Nino 3.4 forecast is 3.5 degrees Celsius, which is crazy. It's almost a degree Celsius past our 150-year human record, or in recorded history, in human recorded history. But if you were to look at the Nino 3.4, the non-relative Nino 3.4 CFS forecast, it goes up to like 4.5. But I don't, we shouldn't be looking at that. Maybe he's a smart curly. Okay, wait, where, James, where was it? Let me see. Oh. Look at this. Kyle, that is a sick photo. Is Kyle in here? This is a sick photo. Look at like the top of this cloud. It's just highlighted. The top of the shelf is literally like glowing. Is that your photo? That is sick. That is crazy looking. It looks like there's a double shelf cloud. Wow. That is crazy. Who sent me? What's this a picture of? What am I looking at? Oh, this is the river levels. I see what I'm looking at now. I love when people utilize the photo section. Okay, let me see here. But yeah, Jay, anytime you want to throw any photos in here or whatever, I love pulling this section up on stream. Oh, you need permission to send photos and videos? Interesting. Here, give me a second. Let me I just created that invite, so it might not have made you... Oh, I got you. Let me make you a member of the climate crew. It should have made you a climate crew member right away. I'll have to fix the invite link. You should be good now. You should have permission for everything now. Yeah, that link is supposed to automatically set that roll up, but clearly it's not. But I'm glad I know that now. Yeah, you're good now. Isaac, what's going on? Go to radar.
Weatherfront Live MRMS radar is open.
Let's take a look at what's going on over here real quick. Okay. Moving east at 75 miles per hour. That can't be right. Oh my gosh, this storm is literally moving east at 75. I actually thought my extension was bugging, and I was like, great, another bug I have to fix. But according to the weatherfront information card, it is moving east at 75 miles per hour. This storm is absolutely flying. Did you guys know storm motion can actually enhance wind speeds? So if you have 40 mile per hour winds just being produced out of a storm, but the storm is moving at 75 miles per hour, that will enhance the wind speeds at the surface. But it'll pass over quicker, you know what I mean? Yeah, well, I'm actually about to get off, Isaac. This was just a quick stream. I've spent most of my time. I haven't been posting as much. I haven't been live streaming as much because I've been building all this software and website. Forecast Foundry HQ, check it out. You're gonna be able to build your own forecasts and outlooks and share them with everyone. It's really sick. Tons of great information on Pacific atmospheric chains, polar and Atlantic blocking, ocean and tropical drivers, MJO, composites, everything you need to know. But I am gonna get back to. We're gonna be full swing in fall, winter, live streaming. I've been getting up at 3:34 a.m. every single day to work on this stuff. So now instead of working on this stuff, I'll just have videos up at you know, by 6, 7 a.m. every morning. All right, let me see what's going on here. Ooh, I see that. Oh, I probably have to actually pull up Discord to play video. I don't know if I've set up. I'm still working on being able to, because I can interact and pull up photos in here while I'm in Weatherfront. But I'm still trying to make this part of my extension work to where I can play the video. So let me see, but I can actually play it here on my other screen. Let me see here. Weather photos. Yeah, so I want to be able to. Yep. So right now it won't load video. So that's something actually I need to note down right now. 2 things I've learned this stream. 1, my link isn't making people immediately climate crew roll. 2, videos aren't populating or loading in my Discord extension link. But what we can do is this. Boop. Hey, music. Look at that thing. Oh, wait, is this music copyright? Dude, that's crazy. That is so sick. Look at that. You can see the main vortice, but you can also see the wider rotation around it. Dang, you see, sometimes people see scud clouds and they think that they're a tornado. If your scud cloud isn't looking like this, it's probably not a tornado. Easiest way to tell the difference between a scud and an actual tornado, though, is the cloud rotating inwards and upwards, or is it moving outwards? Okay. Well, Jay knows this stuff way better than I do. I've never storm chased. Oh shoot. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So this was Kentucky, right? The second clip loaded as an image. That's cool. That is cool. I've seen water spouts in person. I've seen 2 water spouts. When I was younger, my family took a trip to Key West. I was jet skiing, and they there were two water spouts dancing around each other, but I've never seen a tornado in person. Ohio, that's right. You said Ohio. Damn, that's crazy. Dude, I would love to use you in some streams. Whatever it costs, just tell me. I'd love to be able to pull you up sometimes. I don't expect to use chasers for free. But I'm trying to get a collection of chasers I can use this fall. I've got two now. I can work with. But it's always good to have options. And yep. Hoping to, awesome. Hey, if you want to send me an email, it's just literally info, I-N-F-O, at connorsclimatecorner.com. So literally just info at, and then my, my name on all social medias, info at connorsclimatecorner.com. Just be like, hey, it's Jay. You can let me know like what your daily, I know some people charge like, they see how many hours you're streaming, or like just a flat rate. Like, hey, if you use my footage, just whatever flat rate for the day, whatever it is, just let me know. And if I ever do pull you up on stream, obviously I could shoot you whatever, Venmo, PayPal, however you do it. I'm just looking for some streamers this fall, and I've been obviously putting together, trying to get together, finish this extension, finish all the other stuff, chat overlays and chat interactions, and all the camera stuff that comes with this as well. New severe thunderstorm warning for Holden Rock, Nebraska.
Wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour.
Get back into live streaming.
Moving southeast at 50 miles per hour.
Yeah, Kyle, it's info at connorsclimatecorner.com. So literally just info at, and then the name.com. Yep. We're going to be doing some good streams. They're going to be interactive. There's a few more things I'm adding to the streams. I really want to be able to.
Official wording indicates we.
If I don't have as big a following, because I have about 10K subs on YouTube right now, and if it's not as big as I want when fall severe season really starts, I will integrate my TikTok chat into the extension as well, so that we can take to air comments. And we also have, what's pretty cool is my mods in my Discord get the entire chat into a Discord channel, and they can take chat. Say someone says, hey, I'm right in front of a tornado, what do I do? Right? And that's an urgent message that, and maybe I'm missing it in chat. They can actually go up and they can throw it in. Let me change this camera real quick. And they can throw it into this right here, urgent. And so I'll have a list of urgent messages. You can actually, my chat's going to be able to issue storm reports, and I'll read the report. If it looks like it's actually legit, I'll approve and I'll issue the report on here. My mods are going to be able to filter questions into the question box. So my mods are actually going to be able to control my chat and throw things up on screen like this as we're doing severe coverage. So, and then obviously we're going to have multiple cameras. We'll be able to easily switch out. It's as easy as this. I hit use stream URL. I plug in your stream URL and I click OK. And then your stream pops up right here. So it's going to be cool. It's going to be awesome. Everything's finally, like I said, every time I stream now, I've been finding one or two bugs, but for the most part, it's smooth. That's why I've started opening requests for beta. Yeah, it's info, I-N-F-O, at Connor's Climate Corner. Here, I'll just put it in here. There it is. I'll be moving down to Florida next year. So any hurricanes, tropical storms, I got you. Nice, Kyle. Yeah, that's where I grew up. We're oh, live visibility restricted. TikTok just restricted my live visibility. For what? For what? What did I do, TikTok? It's probably because I I played that song for 2 seconds. TikTok got mad at me. Along with severe chasing. Nice. Yeah, it's classic TikTok. All right. I said this was going to be a 30-minute stream. I got to get off. I got to get up in a little bit. So, yeah, of course I'm going to appeal it. Yes, appeal. 1 second. I'm appealing this. It says, let's see what the appeal says. The appeal says this notice is unclear. My life does not contain the yeah. Yeah, appeal. Appeal. Reasoning, I did nothing wrong. Send. Like, what do you mean? I literally did nothing wrong. Yeah, maybe because that music played for 2 seconds. Because all the music I play here is it's allowed to be played. Because I use Epidemic Sound. I also got a cinematic playlist. If something really crazy is happening, we can put on some cinematic music. Like, watch. Right, if Storm Chaser Jay is like driving up on a huge tornado in the middle of a field, we can pull his screen up, right? And play something like this. And he's just like, oh my gosh! It's an EF5! Hopefully away from no one. Right, we can get real dramatic. As long as it's not tearing apart any homes or anything, right? Like, look at this. Guys, we're so ready for our fall streams, I'm telling you. Look at this. Blast it. YouTube can't do anything. Neither can TikTok. They can't do anything. Some of these songs are really good. Hold up. They're really suspenseful. Hold up. Hold up. I'm trying to find it. There's some I really like. Intense. Sorry, I don't know how loud that is for you guys. Yeah, look at the 2 guys that just got out of prison down here in the orange jumpsuits. Good call. Stormcat 5. Brady said he was raiding you, but I don't think it went through. Wait, what? No. No. Well, honestly, it's okay. I'm literally about to get off. All right, let me turn off the dramatic music. Sorry. Drama. Dramatics. Put the fun music back on. Oh, man. That's okay. Yeah, I'm about to get off. Well, shout out to Brady. I like Brady. I like Brady's vibes. I feel like me and him would be good friends in real life. He doesn't happen to live in Minnesota, does he? I mentioned the email. I like Erie and do water spout chasing in the fall. Oh, sick. Nice. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Look at this little bow echo forming over here. Nimby, what's going on? Do we have any cameras over here? No, we do have it out ahead here, but that's too far ahead. Someone needs to clean this camera. Hey, does anyone live out here in southeastern Nebraska? Can you get over here and wipe this camera down, please? Appreciate it. Yep, yep. That's where Morgan lives. That's right. Send B. That's right. B, get over here. It's right down the road from you. Oh man. Wait, what just happened? My chat was loaded and then it's... Okay. Let me make sure. Let me actually make sure, because The other stream, this is one thing I was also testing. The other day, my YouTube stream stopped loading on here. Let me just double check. Okay. Let me make sure. Let me actually make sure, because the other stream, this is one thing I was also... Oh, echo. Yeah, you see, this is a problem. What's going on, guys? It stopped loading. Yeah, see, my stream... My chat stopped loading here. Let me try a refresh and see what happens. It's all right. These are the kinks we need to work out before I get into fall. All right. Anyways, some stuff to fix, but I gotta go to bed. I appreciate you guys. Jay, I'll check out your email. Big C, what's going on? Sorry, we hopping off. I will have some videos out tomorrow morning. Some updates. So, not much to talk about, though, if I'm being honest. But I will have some updates tomorrow morning. And a fall forecast is coming as well. It is. Northwestern Indiana is going to actually be pretty decent over the next couple days. Go to Convective Outlook.
Convective Outlook is open.
Here's tomorrow. Here's Wednesday. A little bit of a marginal up there in Northwestern Indiana tomorrow. We'll see. You could get some storms. But then you get some cool conditions that move in. Later this week, some cool conditions and some dry conditions. I would say Wednesday all the way through Sunday, it's going to be pretty nice in Northwestern Indiana. Yeah, it should be very, very nice. Go to Temperature Outlook. Look at that. Look at your 6 to 10 day forecast. Cooler air settling in. It's going to be dry as well. All right, everyone. I'm off. Yeah, enjoy the weather. Enjoy the weather. Oh, my mods get mad when I don't give a proper goodbye. Okay, so 1 second. Goodbye. Good night. I'm not just going to exit stream without saying it this time. Goodbye. Good night. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Have a good little sleep. Is that good?